Hello. Hi. Faye Bryant here. It's been a while. It has. It's been a while since I've been on and I've been doing some work. Some work on me, some work on projects, and some getting some things done. And I'm going to just babble here for a couple of minutes until we get some folks arriving. I have a lot of things I want to share with you. Um, and I may have to do this all over again. Well, it'll be here available. My biggest news is that I have a course starting. Oh my goodness, it's next Monday. Oh, wow. And I've given some hints here and there about it, but I haven't really put forth what it is I'm talking about. Um, I'm seeing, I experience this myself. I see where people are just not happy with their lives. They feel stuck. They feel like there's just nothing going right. They just can't get anywhere. Life just doesn't feel wonderful or even good. You feel overwhelmed by everything. I get that. I've been there. You feel tired and you feel sick and you feel sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Yeah, I get it. You feel like you're stuck in this cycle, like every you try and you think you're going to do, and then you're back down here and you just go round and round and round. And it's like a hamster wheel, right? Just constantly going and going nowhere. We don't want to live like that. We want to be able to live with joy and peace. We want to be able to see dreams and goals come to fruition. We want to see ourselves standing up and living with confidence, with energy. Which one of those lists describes you? If you're in that first list, that overwhelmed and tired and feeling no joy in your life, and you're wishing that you could see your goals come true, your dreams come true, if you wish that you could walk with confidence, if you wish that you were refreshed and you had a clarity in your life and knew what you wanted and how to get it, if you would love that, I might have some answers for you. Hang on. I have to tell you, I am utterly unprepared. Well, not utterly. I have some things to share. I have some slides to go through with you, but I don't feel like I'm prepared. And isn't that what we're just about to talk about? Sometimes you have to just jump in and do it. So are you ready? Let's see what we can figure out here. All right. Oh, goodness. I don't know what I've got going on here. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. Let's see. Is it going to work? Well, okay. And you know what? I'm not certain that that's working. Let me do this thing on my phone and take a look because I can't tell. See, I told you I was unprepared. I told you I was unprepared. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting there. Ah, look. I think we got it. Okay, yes, let's talk about living forward with focus. Isn't this what we want to do? We want to be able to live forward. We want to get out of the pit that we're in. We want to get out of the place of being stuck where our wheels are just spinning and we're getting nowhere. We want to do, there's several ways that we can do that. And one of these that we're going to look at today is doing so with focus. Focus. This study, this group walk that I'm going to be introducing to you is based on the book by Carrie Oberbrunner called Unhackable. It talks about getting rid of the things that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you from taking your dream to reality. And it takes it and it breaks it down into a day by day workbook to be able to move from stuck to done. Yes, I am a certified coach, speaker, and trainer in the Unhackable training. Given the certification by the Igniting Souls University. Yes, in Living Forward with Focus, you will tap into your hidden abilities. You will make your best ideas come true, become, yes, 500% more productive in work and life. Not 5%, not 500%, 5 times more productive in work and life. You will live your dream. Now, see, what I'm going to do today is just a little bit of training, and this is what we will call an event. But that's underlying, that is the process. There's a whole lot more to the process than there is this little bit of an event that we're going to be going through today. This is the group walk. It is a process. What would you need to have happen to make these next 30 days, let's say the month of March, that gives you 31 days. What would you need to happen to make those next 30 days your most amazing month ever on planet Earth? Just write those 1 to 3 things down. Just a quick note. I mean, use the back of an envelope, write it down. Right? What do you think that you would need to have happen to make these next 30 days your most amazing ever on planet Earth? Ready? Listen, meet my friend Tanisha. She wanted to lose 35 pounds, start writing a book, increase her influence online, and in a year of focus, she lost 60 pounds, not 35. She mapped out her book. She became an online vlogger, completing a 90-day gratitude series, and she got engaged. I cannot promise these results for you. I'm just going to show you some people that I know who have had results from doing this study, taking action on what they've learned. Okay. Next, let's look at Jeff Kramer. He wanted more clarity in his life and business. He wanted more focus. He wanted to create an online course. Well, what did he do in that year of focus? He's unsubscribed from 140 distracting email lists. How many emails do you get in your inbox that you just kind of go click through? You just delete them because they're from mail lists that you haven't paid attention to, you really don't want, and they just keep coming, but you have to take that time to get rid of them each day. He left 30 Facebook and LinkedIn groups, and he saved, you see this, over $900 in unused membership sites. Hello. Again, not guaranteed results. These are what real people. I sat next to Jeff at a table at a conference in October. He is on fire, y'all. He is. If you learn the material and you take action on it, you will see a difference. And by the way, he also created his first course. What if you had the power to create ideas and implement them effectively? What if you were able to architect your attention to invest in the things most important to you? What if you knew how to find and utilize the resources needed to accomplish your dream? Your dream, not someone else's, your dream. What if you understood how to increase your impact upon the world? Do you think you have no impact? We'll talk more about that. What if you organized your life around flow? Yes, we'll discuss that. Where you feel your best and do your best. What if you began living forward with focus? What if? Jim Elliot, missionary to Ecuador, said, "Wherever you are, be all there." Now, that is so important. So important. As the child of parents who did not do that with me in my younger years, I can tell you, parents, this is of supreme importance. When you are with your children, be all there. Don't be nose into the phone. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, right. Don't do that. Don't do it with your spouse. Don't do it to your boss. Don't do it to your clients. Don't do it to your friends. We have all these distractions that we allow to interrupt our time and our presence with other people, and that affects our impact. If you were the one person who was truly there for others, what do you think would happen? What do you think a difference that would make? Get ready. You're about to learn things, and that means there's no turning back. You know, when we learn scripture, we become responsible for doing something with it. So here you go. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and information, and I'm going to let you know some really heady information. But once you learn it, once you hear these things, there's no turning back to ignorance. You will know. So you're going to have to do something about it. All right? You ready? You ready? Let's do it. You, yes, you, were created by Almighty God for a very unique and very specific purpose. If you're not living that purpose, why not? It's an uncomfortable silence, isn't it? There's reasons, and we're going to talk about those. The word abracadabra, what does that mean? Did you know it has something to do with creation? You just thought it was a magic trick thing, right? Look, I create as I speak. Abracadabra. In the Hebrew, it actually translates more accurately as "it came to pass as it was spoken." Imagine this is what the Creator was saying. Abracadabra, light. Well, maybe, like we saw here, it was never meant to be make-believe. Maybe God intended us to use this word, this concept in everyday life. It came to pass as it was spoken. What if you speak and create? You are created in God's image. God is a creator. He is. He is. He's the creator. He is. Well, we don't need to go off into a Bible study here. We need to stay focused. Yes, you can read about it in Genesis 1:26-31. You are created in his image. And so you have this creative side, and you have this loving side, and you have the things that make up Almighty God. The thing is, though, God is able to take in everything, hear everybody's thoughts, everyone on earth, to hear all the thoughts and see all the things and know all these things. We are not. We are not. We get overwhelmed. We get exhausted. We get crushed. We can't. So what do we do with this? See, we live in this world of constant distractions. What are they? The phone, the TV, the kid, the the boss wanting something different from what we were assigned. There are all kinds of distractions. That telephone that you hold, generally people make 2,617 touches on those things a day. A day. If you're one of the heavy users, if your little time thing on your phone tells you you've been spending extra time, then it's more like 5,427 touches a day. one day. Think about that. Think about it. 5 hours a day equals one third of your waking hours. Wasted? Not all time on the phone is wasted. I use mine for business, and I understand that. But you have made those touches, and it can be distraction because half of those uses, half of those 2,000 or 5,000 are done in 30-second bursts. Oh, well, let me just check something. Oh, let me just see this message. Oh, let me just and every time you do that, that has an effect on your day, on your whole day. Any average day, most people experience distracted work far more than deep work. Meaning you're just kind of doing this surface level work. You're not getting the deep work done. You're not getting in there and getting the things done that truly need to be done. Well, okay, but what's distracting us? Video games, Netflix, and don't you know that this number is pre-COVID. I'm pretty sure that the Netflix hours is larger. The average person sees 5,000 ads a day, and I don't know about this next number, making 2,000 or 226.7 food decisions a day. Not sure about that. I haven't tried to think about for me, most of those are saying, "No, you're not hungry. No, you don't need to eat right now." But all of these lead to what we call decision fatigue. Do you ever get to the end of the day and you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to even decide. I don't even want to decide what to cook for supper. I don't. What do you want to eat? I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to make up my mind." Right? Decision fatigue because we've made all these decisions throughout the day and at the end of it we are done. Oh, but you're a multitasker? Yeah, no. No. I used to believe in this myth too, but it is a myth. You are actually switch tasks. You are simply changing from this task to this task, and there's not an in between where you're actually attending to both. Your mind cannot do both. I will agree. I don't know if studies will, but I will agree that you can doodle while you talk on the phone. But you cannot be, like, writing a letter. You can be taking notes because you're taking what you're hearing, but to actually, like, be writing a letter that you need to get sent off while you're listening to somebody, you're either not paying attention to them or you're not paying attention to the letter. You have to switch. Your mind is made that way. Your brain works that way. It decreases your productivity almost half. And hello, this is study. I'm sorry I don't have the source for this. I could look it up if you absolutely have to have it, but it decreases your IQ more than being stoned. What? Yeah. Does this sound familiar? You wish you could finish projects. You struggle with distractions. You push your dreams and goals aside. Yeah. Do you want a life of meaning? Let's get rid of the life of destruction of distractions. Let's talk about you for a minute. What would need to happen to make these next 30 days your most amazing month on planet Earth? We are what? 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 Stop. You've been hacked. Hacked. What does hacked mean? To gain unauthorized access to a system or computer. Well, then I'm not hacked, Faye. I'm not even no, I'm not a system or a computer. Think about that. There are all kinds of motivations behind attacks. Crime, espionage, warfare, hacktivism. There's industries, so many industries that have to deal with being hacked. Targets are all these different areas. What do? You realize that A hack is to gain unauthorized access to a system or computer, and that definitely defines you. Your body is made up of systems. Your brain is like a computer. You have your circulatory system, your muscular system, your skeletal system, your pulmonary system. You have systems. And your brain, it's like a computer. It is a supercomputer. Your brain is. Yes, it is. That's how God made it. You are made up of systems, and your brain is a computer. That means you can be hacked. And this is what we're talking about, the distractions, hacking. Okay, we got that. Carl Jung, Swiss psychologist, said, the most damaging thing in the life of a child is the unlived life of the parent. Talking about the things that the parent always wanted to do don't get done, and so they work on getting their child through to do those things, that unlived life. But maybe we would think that it's the parent who has been hacked. Because see, when you're hacked, when your systems are hacked, when your computer is hacked, you're not living the life that you were designed to live. You're not the parent you were meant to be. You're not the coworker that you were meant to be. You're not the friend, the spouse, the child, the employee, the employer that you were meant to be. Let's look at what we're doing to our children and the others around us. What are we going to look at? First, you need to identify the culprit. All right. How are you getting hacked? What's causing it? Here's some thoughts that we tend to have. I'm not going to read them all to you. You can read those. Which ones have you said? Which ones have you thought? You may not have said them out loud, but which one of these things have you said? I think the most common one is that others won't approve of me, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the money. Those kind of run in the same pack, don't they? We get to live in one of two places, in one of two ways. When we are being hacked, when we are being distracted, when we are being pulled away, when we have obstacles thrown up to us, we have two responses. We can live as a victim in bed. Think about it this way, with blame, excuses, and denial. We can blame everything. It's my childhood. It was my somebody who said this, somebody did this, or we can use the excuses. I don't have, I can't do whatever, or the denial of that's not happening to me. Or we can live as a victor, and we can live as an or, meaning we take ownership, accountability, and responsibility. We own what's happening. We are accountable for the choices that we've made that have got us there, and we take responsibility for what we've done and what we will do. Which are you going to be? The hack attack. Identify the conspiracy. Conspiracy? There are people out to get me? All right. Yeah, I know. I'm getting a little weird. You know me. The hack attack is loss of control, loss of clarity, competence, confidence, insight, influence, impact, and income. What that means is you feel, I'm not in charge. You think, I am so confused. You think, I'm not good enough. Anybody there? You've been there. I've been there. I'm an imposter. Well, I have no inner vision. I have no effect on others. I have no credibility. I have no currency. This is what the hack attack does. This is what is coming at you. Well, what do you do with that? Anytime that you are approached with lies, with untruths, with things that are not true about you, you have to answer them with truth. Same thing in every area of our lives. Um, yeah, I have teaching about that as well. Okay, but here's what you do. You take this and you turn it around and you say that, well, let me go through this. With the identity part of this, you believe that you're nobody. You're not in charge, you're confused, okay? Resources that you have is nothing. So you're nothing and nobody, or you have nothing and you are nobody. But see, those are lies. Those are lies. You may not be in charge of the world. You may not be in charge of the nation, but you are in charge of who you are and how you respond in any given situation. Yeah. You may be confused, but there are ways to find answers. You may think that you're not good enough, but God says you are. You may feel like an imposter, but that's only because you're stepping into new ground in new territory. You think that you have no inner vision, take God's on. You think that you have no effect on others, but I tell you that every person you come in contact with, you have an effect on them. That person you smiled at the grocery store the other day, you brightened their day. That person you said hello to at the gas station, they thought they were invisible, but you saw them. You have an effect on everybody. No credibility because you haven't done, because you're not famous or whatever. Please. God says different, and that you have no currency. We're not talking just about money. We're talking about currency, reputation, integrity, all these things. But let's look. Hacked. Identify the cost. This is part of finding the truth to be able to apply it. Identify the cost. What is the cost of being hacked? So this is what you ask yourself. What's at stake if I get hacked? If those systems get messed up? Your relationships suffer. When you don't believe you are who God says you are, your relationships suffer because you're not living as He has designed you. You lose peace because nothing's working. When you are being hacked, when obstacles are being thrown up, when distractions are happening, when you're living in a place that is not you, it's not yours, then you're dealing with everything that steals your peace. Your success is at stake. Whether it's success at dieting, success at being a parent, success in business, success as an employee, whatever. Your success is at stake. Well, what your health? Oh my goodness. When I was living in the hacked state of my life, so much of my past had me stuck, had me believing that I could not and would not matter or be or do anything of worth. And yet, one of the worst things that happened was because I would never be anything, I would never matter. I ate like I didn't matter, and I never exercised because I didn't matter. I was fully hacked. That's different now. That's different. Your freedom. Mm. When you're living in this state of being hacked, of being unfocused, not knowing where your life is going or what's going on in it, when you live in this state, your freedom is non-existent. You are bound up. You are tied up. You are tied to everything that goes on rather than living free. And you don't want to go there. You lose your purpose. You either don't know it, can't find it, or you lose it. Your finances can be affected. Your legacy is affected. Your joy can be gone and your reputation. When you're unable to keep your word, your reputation goes too. In this group walk, we will have online meetings. We'll call them a masterclass, 5 masterclasses. We will talk about unveiling. We'll talk about a flawless idea. We'll talk about focus and flow and dream. Flow, I know you've sitting there and said, "What's that mean?" I said it earlier. Now we're going to talk about it. It is the optimal human performance. It's that peak performance state where you're doing your absolute best and you feel your absolute best. It's like a runner's high. It's like playing in the pocket. It's like being in the zone. And it's like things are getting done and it's crazy. It's crazy. The characteristics of flow are your total absorption. You just you're completely there, right? An extreme focus. It's like a hyper focus. It's like nothing else is there. Nothing can bother you. Example, a couple of weeks ago, I was sitting at the coffee house, local coffee house, and I was getting some work done. And there was a group that came in. There was like, I don't know, 6 or 8 kids with them, and they were not quiet. They were kids. They weren't, just silent little mummies. And there was conversations going on. They were doing their thing. There were other conversations going on. And I lost them because I was in flow. I lost them. They just disappeared. Now, obviously, they were still there, but because I was able to have that extreme focus, that didn't matter. Characteristics of flow is the time dilation. Sometimes it's like it's there and it's not, or it speeds up or it slows down. It changes. Have you ever been in a place where you've spent time in this state? You may not have known that it was flow, and you're like, "Wow, it's already time to go home." Or you've been doing this thing, you're like, "Wow, it's been 3 hours? How did that happen?" That's flow. You have a vanishing sense of self, not that you are disappearing, but that you not that you don't matter. It's that you just everything that's around you, like the conversations at the coffee house, it's not important anymore. This state of being able to do these things, to get everything done, it's a high performance attitude and mindset. There's an actual shift in your brain waves. You will experience instead of the fight or flight that adrenaline gives you, you will experience different brain waves that work. And well, I may be getting ahead of myself here. Your brain waves, the alpha, beta, the theta, delta, they change. Things are firing differently. It's cool. Shortens the gap to mastery. When you're in flow, you get straight to the point. You get straight to mastery. You stop all this apprenticeship and you get straight to mastery. And this is the one I told you I got ahead of myself. Large amounts of neurochemicals are released instead of just adrenaline that says fight or flight, whichever. Flow expands your options. It gives you norepinephrine. It gives you dopamine. It gives you endorphins. It gives you anandamide. I can speak. And it gives you serotonin. It takes these neurochemicals that are part of your body, part of the way that God created you, takes away the need for outside sources of heart rate, attention, focus, discomfort relief, pain relief. These things come from the Father. Talk about all natural, right? Flow is ubiquitous. Anyone can experience flow anywhere, providing that these certain conditions are met. Through the group walk, you will learn how to orchestrate those conditions for you in such a way that wherever you are, you're able to bring about that flow that you need in that moment. Going back to a couple of friends, Wendy wanted to complete her PhD, get her dream job, who doesn't, start a podcast. And within a year of fully focused life, she completed her PhD. She landed her dream job, launched her podcast. She talked about being laser focused. All right, our time's limited, so we're going to wrap this up pretty quick. Yeah, I'm not like the preacher saying, anyway. What are the difference between events and processes? An event like this encourages decisions, motivates you. It's a calendar thing. It just takes, a little bit on the calendar. It challenges people, but a process encourages development. It's not just a decision, it's a development. It's a thing that starts and continues. It matures people. It brings them from this barely doing state to this state of mastery. It's a culture issue, not just a calendar. It's a change in life. It changes people. This is what the living forward with focus is. It is the group walk is a process. It's going to take time. It's going to take work. How much does it cost? I know you're sitting there asking that, right? How much is your dream worth? If you could have that dream that you dream of, if you could have that come true, what would it be worth to you? My friend Laura, she wanted to expand her ministry for grieving parents. She wanted to host a virtual summit, increase her speaking. In a year of being fully focused, she wrote 2 books, not one. She became a national speaker, hosted her own virtual summit, and she did this being a wife, mom, and grandma of 6. You can do it too. How much does it cost to live forward with focus? What is the cost of living now without it? We talked about them a minute ago. If you're living without any of these, if any of these are missing from your life, that's the way I want to say that. If any of these are missing from your life, you need some focus. You need help finding that focus. You need help getting onto the path that God has for you and staying on it without letting anything knock you off of it. And there are tools and tips and tricks to help you with that. And I can do that. I can help you. Focus. In a world of increasing distractions, focus is the new secret weapon of superachievers in every area of life. If you learn how to live forward with focus, you will become the superachiever that you see other people being, and you like, I can't ever do that. You see people writing books left and right. You see people, uh, like an Olympic athlete, a superachiever. You can do that. Now, I'm not saying this is going to make you an Olympic athlete. I am saying that their focus, that's how they do that, is with a super focus. This is the weapon that you need to move into that kind of life, to set aside the hack attacks, and get into living the way that God designed you, the way that He wants for you, the way that you want for you. You want to find confidence. You want to know peace. Let's work on that. Visit faybryant.com/focus. That has all the information, has a place where you can sign up. Now, what would need to happen? Feels like we're on a repeat here, doesn't it? To make these next 30 days your most amazing month on planet Earth, you would need to become fully focused. And you can do that. There are bonuses involved. I got to give away something. 2 little books, 2 downloadable ebooks. As soon as you get registered, 2 books, Simple Productivity Boosters and Being Assertive Without Being a Jerk. Yeah, how to stand up for yourself without being a jerk. Don't we all need that? Because I'm promising you, as you dive into focus, there are gonna be some things that people come and ask for your time and they wanna take from you, and you're gonna have to say no to them. Yeah, it's gonna have to happen. But if you're going to walk the path that God has you designed for and has the path designed for you, you're going to have to learn these things. So you get these 2 things thrown in, bonus. All right? What you get as a part of the group walk is a digital copy of Unhackable, so you'll be able to download it right away and start reading. You'll get guided study sheets. You'll get 30 daily videos with the author. You'll have a lifetime membership in the Living Forward with Focus community. Right now, it will be on Facebook. However, if we get huge and we're ready to move off Facebook, we'll find out and we'll do that later. And you will have 5 one-hour masterclass group discussions where we visit with one another, talking about what we've read, decisions that we've made, choices that we're making, and how we can, and then we will encourage one another. When you hear what others are doing, you will feel encouraged to make some of those choices for yourself. Okay? It's the power of a group. Choose you today. This is my request, that you choose you today. Go over to faybryant.com/focus and sign up. You read through everything that's there. Sign up. And as you do, you'll get your, let me get straightened back around. There we go. And once you sign up, then you will get your free bonuses, and then we will start on February 28th. That's next Monday. We will have our first group discussion at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're still on Standard. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. We will meet, we will talk, we will look ahead into what the weeks are going to include, and we will get started doing the hard work. Yes, it's hard work of becoming focused, fully focused on life and work and being the person that God designed us to be. So if you're ready, I would love to see you Monday night. If you're not ready, I'd still love to see you Monday night. Okay? Listen, choose you today. You are worth it. And until next time, oh, listen, I am Faye Bryant. I help people just like you build a life worth living and a legacy worth leaving. Hope I can help you with yours. Until next time, bye.